Hello, Cornell here again. Today I would like to talk a little bit about defense mechanisms, because defenses are something that we need to take heed of and try to figure out how am I defending and what is the cost of me defending against all kinds of things. But you really look like this man with your armor and ready to fight, and nobody can touch you. And I specifically want to talk a little bit about projection today, because it's one of the most negative defenses. I think all of them are negative, but this one in particular. And just in short, we need to know that defenses develop in our childhood. It has got a lot to do with childhood, when I've been shamed, maybe not nurtured perfectly. No, as we've said before, no parent can be perfect in the nurturing, and we felt unsafe. And when my mum shouted at me, "You are naughty, you are bad, there's something wrong with you," I freeze in that moment and I develop my defense. But what we also need to realize about emotions is that it's really about emotions that we try to hide. The defenses we develop are against the negative emotions, because in that moment when my mother shouted at me, and I freezed, and I was very scared, because it's this big person standing over me and telling me how bad I am. And then I just had to defend. I need to develop a defense at that stage, just to feel okay about myself and just to continue being alive. So the important point is that in the beginning we need the defense, later on we don't. There are all sorts of defenses. We start to avoid things, we start to deny, we act out, and there are many more. It is worthwhile to look a little bit about what my defenses are and when I use them. But the cost is, as I've said here, more of the same. Say, for instance, I start to avoid people because I feel that they don't love me, or I'm afraid of them. And in the end, people start to avoid me more and more. And that's why I say more of the same is the cost of this thing. There is really lots of wisdom to let go of your defenses, but we must feel safe enough to let go of them, because we felt extremely unsafe when we developed them. So it's not just a question of letting go of the emotions, but we need to understand them and to know that it's of no use anymore, and we must feel safe enough to let them go. But just a few words about projection. Projection is what we do when we feel unsafe, and then we project our stuff on people, and usually on the people closest to us. We can have problems with our boss, and then we come home and we take it all out on our wife, while she is not really the reason for me feeling emotionally perhaps rejected or not good enough, or whatever the underlying feeling is. But then I sort of take it all out on her. And it's worthwhile to understand this process of projection. And I think, in fact, all projections, all criticizing, all blaming needs to go from our human existence. It doesn't serve anybody any good. But that's a whole subject on its own. The point is that we have to let go of these defenses one or other time, but we first have to recognize them. We need to learn what the cost of them are, and when it's safe enough to let my armor down. And we also need to learn against which emotions are we defending. And that's part of the reason why I have developed the Life Energy and Core Identity program, so that we can look at all these kinds of things and examine them and see if we feel safe enough to let them go. There's something to say about being vulnerable and to let the armor down. But you can't just do it and think that it will work. So beneath the video there will be a link that you can click on it, and perhaps find some more information about the Life Energy and Core Identity program. But thank you for listening, and speak to you soon again. Have a good day.